Hello again. Life and feelings and brains and everything else is getting in the way of me going live. So I've just kind of been hanging out in my craft room, cleaning, organizing, crafting, whatever. Just trying to keep my mind occupied and keep my mind busy. So I just wanted to kind of go through just a quick little thing that I made today, or not today, over the last couple days. Part of the cleaning, I found a structure, for lack of a better word, that I had made at some point. I have no idea how long ago, but it was out of red file folders, and the pages had already been cut to size and glued together into a book, but had not been decorated. So in the vein again of finishing projects using what I have, I focused on getting this done while I was doing some projects that are just kind of set it and forget it type stuff. So I'm just going to show this to you real quick. I'm not fully settled on this stream because as this gets filled, it's going to gator mouth a little bit, and you won't necessarily be able to wrap the string around twice. I mean, you can see with this still having enough to do the bow, you only have a little tiny bit of room in here to add stuff. And then you'd either have to replace this altogether or only wrap it around once. So I'm not too sure about that. I have some ribbon down on the floor by my heater drying. I tried to do some staining with onion water and brown ink because it was white, and I wanted to kind of try to get it to match this a little bit better. So far, it's not looking like it's working. It's not really taking the color the way I thought it would, but we'll see where that goes. And excuse me, I'm very nasal. I'm kind of stuffed up tonight for some reason. Not sure what the deal is. So to cover up that red, you can see a little bit of that coming through, I'm sure. To cover that up, I picked this ribbon. Again, just picking up some of that green that is running throughout. I grabbed my color wheel. Green is complementary to red, and the pinks are adjacent to, I think is how it was referred to on the color wheel. So I went with those colors just in case any of the red actually showed through. It wouldn't clash too much. Now I did have some difficulty getting these evened out. As you can see right here, as you look, it kind of slants, so the back is just slightly taller than the front. This whole book was actually probably 5/8 of an inch taller, and I kept trimming it and trimming it and trimming it, trying to get it even. And I'm like, okay, after like the third try, I'm like, forget it, I'm done. Because I'm going to end up with a really short book. But yeah, so anyway, so this is off of one pattern paper. This is actually a surfing page. So it's supposed to look like sand. And I just cut the middle out of it because down here in the corner and up here in the top corner had like wave, surf, sand, catch the wave, surfing words, because again, it came out of a paper pack that was surf themed. And then the flowers all came out of a different pattern pack that I have. This image right here, I just cut out of one of the bigger pages, which you'll see throughout later on in the book as well. So green dots, and this, most of these are back-to-back papers, and that's how they coordinate. I mean, that's the good side. The good side of having double-sided paper is that at least that one sheet is going to coordinate with each other. The front and the back can go together. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to match some of your other paper packs, or sometimes not even other paper within the packet comes in. So If you're like me and you struggle with color coordination, it's fantastic with double-sided because I don't have to think too much. And I usually will run it past my daughter, who is an artist and plays a lot with color theory. So I usually will like videotape it and like, okay, does anything look out of place? Just so that I have that reassurance. This red, coppery red paper was kind of similar to that surfing paper. It came out of my a different paper pack that is kind of vintage old school. So it's got pages that have like scissors and thread spools, top hats, and that kind of stuff on it. And again, it was that strip down the center because in the corners, it had this paper. See the top hat there. Flowers, and then this was the top corner. I didn't figure out what to use this for because, I mean, it's too big to use as a corner. The top hat, I can kind of angle it and make it maybe into a pocket without losing too much. Yeah, I'm not sure. So they were just off to the side. They're in my figure that out pile. This paper is out of the same paper pack as this, and it is double-sided. I think. No, I take that back. This is out of a different paper pack, and it's single-sided, so it's white underneath. Same pattern, or same paper pack. So I got a pocket here and a pocket here. This, I cut the little thumb notch out here because this is actually a pocket in itself. This is again why I wanted to make sure that I was coordinating colors, because this was already glued. I couldn't really color those or cover them with paper of in any way, shape, or form. So when you open it up, you'll see the red. So again, there's that page. This was double-sided because this is the back of this one. So these were front and back. And then this one is this one. So just kind of coordinating stuff there a little bit. The little side pocket here. Maybe I'll keep that out just so I can use that as a... Nah, take that back. I've got something here. Ta-da! Be doing stuff with these. Also for another video. So I have a side pocket here. I love old writing. I don't know, I've said that in multiple videos before. That old-fashioned writing. I love it. Even if it doesn't say anything. Or, it's not legible or whatever. Again, just cut out an image just because this was plain. And I didn't want to do another pocket on this because, this is another pocket. So I didn't want to stick a pocket on the outside and really bulk it up. But I didn't want it to stay plain. So I cut a flower out of one of the other pages. Inked it in black just to give it something to stand out. And then glued that on there. I may add some butterflies throughout this. I'm not sure yet. So again, back side of that. I didn't think this needed anything. Maybe something, a label or something down here. Just because this is much less busy than it is up here. But I don't know. We'll see. So you'll see what I did down here. And this was dual purpose. Remember, I said I cut this red literally out of the center, and it was at an angle. So here I am trying to cut something that's cut this way and make it fit this way on the page, right? Well, what that meant is down in here, the paper didn't go, I couldn't get a perfect rectangle out of it. So I was like, okay, I got to put a pocket there. What am I going to put there? And I'm like, oh, I'll just cut that little tip off. And this is, you picture it this way, down here was where the top hat was. on the page I showed you a little bit earlier. And I'd already cut it out into this shape, trying to preserve as much of the plane as I could. So I thought, it makes a perfect pocket. It's a good shape. And again, I just kind of, I inked it with black to give it that separation since it was going tonal there. And I picked this paper specifically because I thought it went really well with these flowers. And I didn't have any other papers that I liked, honestly, that went with these flowers. Because I do believe this one came out of a completely different pack, but I'm not uber super positive on that. Back of that, again, this is another pocket. Seeing down here, you can see this is that surfing one, and right here you can see SU. It's upside down, tricking the eye. If you put it upside down, most of the time you're not going to realize it's a word, or you're going to think it's something different, like an old-fashioned script or something. So you got a little bit of the bubbles that were left over from that. I loved this paper, so I wanted to use as much as I could, even if it meant having some of these bubbles showing through. I still have a lot of this left. I don't know what I'm going to do with it though. So this is the paper that I cut this flower out of. So tying that in again. A pocket here. A pocket here. This is just plain, so whoever gets this can decorate it however they want. And then a final pocket here. This one is not gusseted because I didn't have enough paper. And again, you can see the little bubbles down here. I'm trying to make sure I'm in camera here. You can see those bubbles. And again, and the paper is upside down. I can you learn these little tricks, the ways to trick the eye into not seeing what is really there. But yeah, this, as I was saying, this pocket is not gusseted, so it's very what you put in here has to be fairly thin. You're not going to be able to put a lot in there, whereas this pocket is gusseted, and you can see, let me lift it back up again. You can see how much gap there is, right? Because it is gusseted. I think I'm in screen there. You can see how much I can lift that up because there's gussets in that pocket versus, I should have just went back because I think the rest of them are all gusseted except for the last one. I get my fumble fingers going. So if I turn this and I do it like I did with that last pocket, you can see how there's not much room there. If I try to separate and pull that out, I can't, there's not that big gap there. So if you don't gusset your pockets, there's less stuff you can put in there. The downside to gusseted pockets, though, is the bulk. Because instead of having a single layer of paper, when you're gluing your edges, you actually have a double layer. You can see how much thicker this one is here. Make sure I'm in camera and view here. You see how much thicker this pocket is than this pocket right here. And that's because this one is gusseted. You fold a lip over to give it that room, give it space to move, or space to stuff. And then back cover I just left blank. So I do see that I do need to do an extra little trim here of this ribbon. Let me get my small scissors. There we go. Sometimes trying to do stuff with them big old scissors. It's probably the only place in life where I found where smaller is better. But yeah, I've got 3 different pairs of those little type scissors. My Cricut set, I have this set that I bought off of Wish. Not a set, pair. And then I have these that I bought with the sewing kit. These ones were getting dull, which is why I bought these ones. It's funny. You can see all the paint on them from past projects. But anyway, so just a little hard page book, journal for somebody to fill with whatever goodies they would like, and fill it, you know, as thick as they want, put as much stuff in it as they want, while again, you know, staying mindful that if they put a lot of stuff in it, they're probably going to need some other type of string. Sorry, my brain was having trouble concentrating on tying a bow and talking at the same time. It was like I couldn't figure out how to tighten it and talk. I was kind of having some brain issues. It's part of why I haven't gone live, but anyway, so I'm gonna stick this over there on the shelf with all the other ones that I've made, and I hope you enjoy. Please like this video and leave any comments that you would like, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.